Yeah. All right. So I just want to share a little bit with you some examples from my journey of how the feminine has really moved me. Yeah, really, really moved me in the world. And there's been some very specific points in time that she's really catalyzed huge transformation and awakening. And I'm just going to share some examples of this so that you have a sense, yeah, and start to tune in to your own life as well. But I would say, woman, that now in my life, because I've really been on this journey for the past 2 decades of being in devotion to her, it's a day-to-day, moment-to-moment. I have a practice where I open every morning. It's like my main core devotion. And then, of course, my living life is a continuous unraveling of everything that actually comes through me and that I share. It's not learnt, from a book. It's learned from the keys and codes that I'm connected to and really devoting to the unification with my soul, and also all the amazing women that I've been honored to share with over the past 2 decades. I've learned so much from women, the earth. Yeah, so I would say at the beginning of my life, I really created from a conditioned way. And I went to university and I studied a business and strategy degree, and I kind of worked in corporate for a while, and then I started my own business, and I was married and I had a house, and it was a very conditioned way of creation in terms of what I had created. And I went through, it was like my late 20s, this my body started to go into deep pain. Yeah. And then I started to feel this deeper longing, and I started to search. There must be something else out there, a longing for deeper love, for deeper connection. There's something more to my sexuality, my body, my soul, why I'm here. This all started to open because my body actually started to shut down, because she was like, you're not going to create like that anymore. You're not going to push. Was very ambitious, very productive, didn't know how to be or to listen or to actually even be still. Yeah. I was in action throughout the day. And a large avoidance of actually feeling what I needed to feel to actually open into my heart and my body at that time. But I was guided to be in nature with women for 10 days with the amazing woman called Dr. Shakti Milan. And I had such an awakening on that retreat of the power of the earth moving through my body. And it completely transformed me. It was like my mind dropped, my body opened, and I just felt this immense spiraling of life rising through me. And everything was round and undulating, and it didn't switch off. It was one of those awakenings that was really, really strong and catalyzed a complete shift in my life. So I got home to my husband and I was round in a square box, and I could see everything that I had created from my conditioning. And I chose her. I chose my soul. It was a conscious choice to really let go and choose her, because I was like, this is who I am. This is why I'm here. Every woman needs to know this. It was like so strong for me. And that awakening took about 2 years to integrate. And I actually put myself in nature And, the relationship released, the business released, everything emptied out, of my life. And it was just me in nature, in devotion to this awakening force of the feminine. And through that journey, I had an awakening through the heart and the love and the softness and the healing power. And there was a lot of healing that happened through that time, and a lot of messages around why I'm here, right? So the devotion was there, really strong, and just an opening and a surrender. And then I kind of went through a journey of really opening deeper. This was a few years later, to the divine masculine, because I had a lot of conditioning of releasing the conditioned masculine out of my system. I didn't even want any masculine around me. I was like, I had no sense of what the divine masculine was. But then when it was ready, he came. It was a very beautiful meeting and a deep inner union that started to happen. And that's when whatever was moving through me wanted to start to be shared with the world. Yeah, and it naturally happened, like nature. It pulsed through me and opened, and then women just started to be magnetized towards me. And I had women in my homes, and the body of work just started to grow through a very natural and organic process. And it was a few years like this, and I started to create more forms. And then there was another catalytic event that happened when my dear mentor passed, which was about 8 years ago, where I just got initiated into a whole nother level of the feminine. And she told me very clearly that I need to just let go of my physical possessions and just have 2 suitcases and just travel around the world where I'm called to be. And that was like another huge initiation and an opening to letting that grace move me. And that happened for another 3 years, where I moved around the world. And some of you I even met while I was traveling. Yeah. And women would host me in their homes. And this happened in about 10 different countries. And then I got the message that, and it was like I was planting seeds. I was like, there were seeds being planted anyway. And women, I didn't know, this wasn't planned, right? It wasn't like I knew what I was just listening and moving. Yeah, really allowing that soul force to move me. And then there was a deep calling to root down, and I got told I need to go to Boulder, Colorado. And I grew like I felt a tap root growing down. She says, you need to plant yourself here. There's more that you're needing to meet with inside of your self. There's more healing, more awakening, more deepening into, I knew I needed to be in an intimate relationship again. To receive a deeper reflection in a mirror. And it came from a longing and a calling. And that's when I met my partner about a month after I felt that taproot grow down. Yeah. And we've been dancing in the intimate relationship the past 6 years. And through the intimate relationship, and then also communing on sacred land and being really rooted and connected with land and partner and life on land and in relationship with community, there was a whole nother level of opening that happened to be able to ground my body of work, which is now in the form of 3 layers of initiation, a 13-month transformational journey, a 9-month creational and facilitation journey, and a 7-month mystery apprenticeship. And this all happened through, okay, you really need to root down. And there's been such a deepened merging and unification of the woman that I am and the transmission that comes through me. Yeah, that's been a whole journey. And woman, I listen to my own transmissions. So through this 4-week journey, I've been laying down and listening to and receiving the transmissions. And my woman has been going through what you've been going through, right? But so it on different levels. So I've gone through this real kind of transformation around really bringing, really receiving her in such a deep way into my living life. And that's really what I've found the divine feminine path is to bring the sacred into the woman, into the waking life, and into our moment to moment way of being. And it was just this